Hey, I'm Shane.
And I'm Lex from pdq.com.
A question that we get a lot, what are the differences between push and pull deployments? You might have seen this, especially if you've been using Deploy for a little while, in preferences under performance.
Yeah.
You'll have copy mode, push or pull. The default is push. So basically the difference is it really depends where you store your installation files.
Now, if your installation files are stored locally on your console, push mode is going to be just fine because it's like just exactly what it's called, push right off to the...
And then by console, we also mean if you're running in central server, it's on the server. So those files reside on your PDQ Deploy server. When you deploy those installation files, they get pushed, literally copied from that server down to each of the targets. Where you want to use pull is if those installation files are not on the PDQ Deploy server, they're on a file share. A file share somewhere. Absolutely. You want to do pull in that case. Otherwise, if you have push, guess what? Your server is going out to that file share, grabbing those files and pulling them down to itself, and then pushing them out.
An extra copy.
Correct.
Inefficient. Now, one thing you need to know about pull deployments is you have to supply the repository in a UNC path.
That's correct. So here I said pull. It says, hey, the repository must be in a UNC path. So if you go to repository, this is the default. It's the public or the all documents,
which is local,
the all user documents. So we could change this simply by going the name of the computer, Guinness, and then $, and then it's users public. All right. By doing that, that should work right there. You could save that and then keep it at pull.
Now you'll need to make sure that wherever these files are stored, that the credentials you're using have read and write access to them. So if it's on a file share, make sure those credentials have read write access there. If you're doing it from here, the same thing applies.
Thank you. And if you are moving your repository, we didn't move it just now, but if you're going to move your repository from the local server to a file share, not only do you want to change this here, put that UNC path in the repository, you do need to copy those files manually to the new location. But let's say you want to keep it as push. We'll go back to performance and say, yeah, I keep my repository local, so we're fine there. However, there might be some packages that you have out on a file share, just an aberration. You can look at Adobe Flash for Firefox. We'll open this up and notice in step 1, we're not using the repository. We're using a UNC path. In this case, let's just change this one package to pull. And you can go to options and the copy mode, it says, yeah, I'm using the program default, but I'm going to hard code that to pull. So only for Adobe Flash for Firefox, this particular version, it's actually going to use the pull since the install files live on a file share. You can do the same thing for Revit because Revit is a huge,
absolutely,
15 gig deployment. We're going to change that one to pull as well. And when you do pull, what we do is the server effectively goes just puts some files down on the target computer, and those files list all of the files that need to get pulled down from.
Just gives the
file
machine instructions on where to go get them.
Go out and grab these files, and that way you're saving that extra hop.
So what's better, Shane? Is it better to have it set at the global level or at the package level?
The global level should really try to account for the majority of your packages. So if most of your packages are local, keep it at push. If they're not, then make it pull, and then just change the individual files as needed. So that's really the description. Save some bandwidth, save some time, use push and pull properly.
Yeah, keep it efficient.
I'm Shane.
I'm Lex.
Talk to you later.